Okay, people, this is my craft room. Just wanted to give you a look at my progress halfway through revamping it. This is the view from the doorway when you come in from the hall, and it's still, y'all wouldn't believe the work I've done. I do have pictures I took beforehand. I guess I could show somewhere. Maybe I could insert some. Anyway, you come in the door. I've got some storage here on the left, mostly ribbons, and then like music sheets and stuff down here. Just, I don't even know what's in there. And then to the right is my daughter's old desk. And I have notebooks and journals and, coffee table books up there. This mess is supposed to be our, paperwork, bills, important papers and stuff. You see how terrible my filing system is there. And then I have things just leaning here at the bottom of the desk, things crammed under the desk, just a pure mess. Okay, so this is walking on in. I'll just give you a basic span around the room. Book, these are shelves my husband built me, which are fabulous. That's what prompted this room redo. That's the area where I'll be working most of the time, back in this corner. And then this is going to be my new sewing area, and there's our kitty cat, one of them, right there. Little Heidi, that's a joke. It's big Heidi. She looks like a raccoon. She's so big, but we love her. You see the mess on the table there. That's where my sewing machine should be only. It's hidden there in the middle. Okay, I'm backing up into the middle of the room. And then here's the other corner. The dresser, the printer up at the top. And then this area backs up, all of this backs up to my daughter's desk when you come in. So this area is a little hidden. And I've got, God, just stuff crammed underneath of the desk, or that white table, things stacked in boxes that I still haven't unpacked. I mean, I have too much stuff. There is no question. And that's not all. Over here, oh, that's just Christmas stuff right there. That entire box is filled to the brim with Christmas, and then I have Christmas all around here. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh, and on top of the desk, I have boxes of themed ephemera for journals and whatnot. A couple other things. Okay, try not to make y'all sick. I have a fantastic closet, which is bursting at the seams. Turn the light on. Holy cannoli. It's supposed to be a walk-in closet. Well, the only place you can walk in is right here. Other than that, you have to just lean, reach, and hope for the best. So this closet, this is where I keep my Christmas stuff when I'm not using it, when I don't have it out, that shelf there. Anyway, it's got great shelving, great storage, and I have it packed to the brim. You can't even see. I've saved boxes. I wouldn't believe the boxes that were in here that I have thrown away. I have stuff hanging on the walls, which is a little tip I wanted to share with y'all anyway. I've utilized, I feel like, every, bit of space that I have available to me. Okay, here's the other side. Of course, there's hanging room here for, I used to have like the girls' old dresses and little outfits I was actually going to cut up and use that had pretty parts. There's Heidi. Say hello, Heidi. Say hey, everyone. Yes, I've got to come check out what Mama's doing. Okay, up to the top. you know, I've got it packed all the way to the ceiling. Patterns, folders, pictures, fabric, little golden books, other books, greenhouse cards, playing cards, the recipe cards, binders, scrapbook paper that I don't touch. And down here are 2 more shelves, you can only see partially, that are just full of fabric, and I don't want to get rid of it. Yeah. You know, stuff's crammed all in this corner. Oh, a friend of mine made these, and she really ought to sell them on Etsy, I think. They're adorable. She and a friend made seasonal ones. I've got a fall leaf actually out on my front porch now by the door that she made. They're adorable. Anyway, things hanging, you know, on the walls over here waiting for their turn. Anyway, just wanted to give y'all a little glimpse of that. That is packed to the hilt. Okay, shut this. Get my fingers out of the way. I've got this black storage cabinet I can't even get to right now because of all of the stuff in the way, but that'll be coming soon. Over here, let me step over the cat. This is the unit that my husband built, which, like I said, prompted this whole revamping of my room. It was so non-functional. The day we put this unit in, he built it, I painted it. I actually designed it myself. I was so proud. Anyway, that was fun. It was a super fun project. I enjoyed it. But like I was saying, the day we put it in, I had it filled up by that evening, full of books that I want to use, that I have no intention of getting rid of. Up here, I've got, well, let's start here. Games, summer vintage, for journal. All of this really is like a section for journal making. Okay, so we've got games up at the top that I had nowhere to store. So another Christmas box. Good grief. Those are some tumble dye sprays I need to get down where I can use them. This shelf is full of journals that I've made and need to get in my Etsy shop. Little paper packs. These are books really that are just kind of like mine. There's some super old books back from the 1800s that I just liked. I love books. Some of the Flow books. A journal from Craftin' Vicky that I bought. More vintage books, kids books. A whole cubby just for stamps. They're all mostly the wooden rubber stamps. This section is, well, there's a journal that I've made because I couldn't fit it up. Well, I guess I can fit it up there, out of the way. These are binders I'm working on, the insides, so I can pull those as needed. I've got, you know, the old trading stamps you used to collect and trade in for things. I just stuck those up there, and that's all vintage. Some vintage catalogs for the stamps I got that need to be, you know, torn apart and used. This section is mostly textbooks and readers that are vintage. And, you know, they're too deep in the back there. I do not need any more books. Absolutely don't need books. But the thing is, I have all of this stuff. And then, before I started this revamp, it was piled all around the room. You'll see in the other pictures. I would start to make a journal and got so tied up in trying to find, you know, this kind of thing and didn't know where to put my hands on it. Got vintage dictionaries and some a vintage Gone with the Wind book that's printed in German. You know, just neat stuff. Spelling dictionary. Down here, I've got a lot of vintage ephemera in these drawers. You know, bridge tallies, canasta score pads, you know, little vintage Barbie book, vintage needle holder cards, Girl Scout music book, vintage dictionary. I like this. It has thicker pages than my other one. This is, you know, typing book. Oh, that's something else. These are my loves here. I love these. Vintage journal books. You know, like you write your, gosh, I'm at a loss for words today, y'all. Y'all know what I mean. This kind of thing. Lovely old paper that's aged nicely. Anybody need tickets? I have tickets. Crazy. More of the 6x6 paper packs. I forgot to do something else with those. These are ephemera packs that I've purchased. These are all vintage childcraft, and I've got, oh my God, I'm so excited. I found my old Girl Scout handbook from when I was in Scouts. Took a long time to find this. Anyway, I can't wait to use that and some things. And I've got badges. Let me show you these. Started with my daughters. These are badges that we never, you know, got put on her sash. And that turned into me hunting down and looking for vintage Girl Scout badges. Well, I was shocked to find out how much they go for now. So I don't have too many of the vintage ones. Anyway, my Charlie Brown dictionary. That's just a kid's book. Okay, now my favorite sections are these. This is my whole section of vintage cookbooks. I've got the binders down here, storage binders. Excuse my nails. Oh, they're in such bad shape. I've got, as Gina Johnson says, Grandma's little recipe box with her handwritten cards in it. This section is all sewing and craft related vintage books and binders, magazines that I want to make into journals terribly. I love making them. This section is an overflow of more sewing books and craft books, and here comes Heidi Boo. Say hello. She's been checking everything out. Say hi. Since I've redone it, of course. And then, okay, this section is like science books and birds, wildlife, what do you call them? Anyway, hand guide or trail guides, that type thing. And then I have gardening books down here, vintage. I found this great magazine rack right here for $3 at a thrift shop, and I filled that with things like calendars, which I have too many of. I've got a few magazines in there, my few Daphne's Diaries and a couple of Flo's, old Reader's Digest that need to be deconstructed, excuse me, and more fabric. Tubes in a storage thing, and on the wall my ugly but useful Harbor Freight little storage, wall storage. I have just some crafty wooden buttons. I love buttons that I've purchased from eBay. These are ones that I've collected actually, or picked up at thrift shops. What are some of the different ones? There's some square wooden ones that are pretty. Birds, butterflies, just little gems, you know, little fake glitzy things, more tickets. And then I just love sticking art on the wall anywhere, doesn't matter. I'm not prim and proper about any of this. This is artwork that my youngest daughter, Jana, did. Actually, this is a picture that my only nephew painted for me, Jack, when he was here. And these two I picked up at an estate sale. I just thought they were super cute. But Jana, my youngest, did these. That one was done at school. She did these at home with pastels. And I painted that with acrylics. And then this quilt, the first thing I did after I was in a really bad car accident about 11 years ago, and ended up in the bed for about a year, and so I was bored out of my mind, and I started sewing. I had always wanted to start quilting, and this quilt on the wall is the first and only quilt I've completed, but it's just a little lap quilt, and other than the construction to put it actually together, the quilting, what I'm trying to say is the quilting itself was hand done by me. It was super fun, but I had plenty of time to do it. Yeah, it was great. The coffee themed, bright colors. So anyway, that's my one pride and joy. I can say I'm not good at completing things, so this was a major event for me. Anyway, let me back up to show you this dresser. Get this chair out of the way. This dresser I found at a nice furniture store, and got it for a steal. I mean, it was something like $1,200, which is ridiculous, but it is a nice piece of solid wood furniture. I got it for $250, so I was like, yes, I'll take that, please. I got that when we first moved in here. We just moved here 2 years ago, I think. Anyway, this was originally supposed to be for sewing. I had all of my fabrics in here and could use the top. You see I've got the, cutting mat and all there. So I could lay my fabrics out, cut them as needed for pattern pieces and whatnot. Well, over the past couple of years, it has morphed into Deborah's, throw it area. Don't know where else to put it. We'll throw it on the dresser. Nothing but just junk that has no home. And then on the other end here, I have, some overflow scrapbook paper storage. Well, now my pride and joy on this dresser are these two lamps. These are truly vintage. They came from Italy. They belonged to my in-laws, Mama Myrtle and Granddaddy Bob, my husband's parents. And nobody in the family wanted them, and I was like, oh my Lord, I'll gladly take them. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. They're so cute. Anyway, cleaned them up, and now they're in here, and I think about the two of them every time I come in my room. We miss them a lot. Anyway, so since I'm doing the room revamp, I decided to change what I have in the dresser, and I took all the fabrics out and put them in another one. I'll show you. So I'm still in the process. I'm only halfway through this process. It's, like I said, been going on a week now, and we're slowly getting there. But anyway, so I put things I use a lot: sprays, embossing powders, glues, adhesives, up here in the top drawer. This drawer at the moment has some ephemera, tacks, little letters and whatever's back there, some trims. I didn't know where to put a basket of trims. And then this drawer is going to be for my watercolor paints. I've got two of my big punches here that didn't have a home with the little ones. Somewhere else they wouldn't fit. And then I have this will be for like my real artsy stuff, my pencils, pastels, my Prismacolor pencils. Here's some cheap watercolor, little palette, and some more chalk pastels. My tortillons, and just some gadgets back there. And then the very bottom drawer has anything that's basically scrapbooky. You know, I've got pictures that need to be scrapbooked or, you know, put in a journal, memory journal. I don't know exactly what I want to do with them. That's my husband and I the day we got married. This is my daughter Paxton when she graduated from kindergarten. She's my oldest one. Letters. Oh, hold on a sec.